Welcome back to part 3 of the Custom Documents module video series. In this part of the series, we'll be covering merge field variables and how to work with them. There are some quirks, so we'll be going over how to insert them, how to edit them, and how to modify them just based off of what you're looking to enter in your custom document. In the previous video, we first reviewed the one-stop custom documents guide. We'll want to visit that. On that guide, you'll see here this link that says current list of merge field variables available. We're going to click on that link. This will take us to the current list of all available merge field variables. We're going to focus on the third column, which is the merge field variable name that we would want to insert in the Word document. And in this guide, we're going to focus on borrower first. And we're going to do date short. So let's see here. Payment due. So document date short, which is just providing the date of the document generation date. And the last one that we'll do is next payment due. Next due payment. Next due amount with late. Or here, right above that, there's a payment total due without late. We're going to go with the payment total due without late just to show, let's say you want to supply the borrower's first name, the date that the document was created, and their next upcoming dues. Which, let's find payment due date short. So you can work with a few variables there. So first things first, let's go back to the Bright interface. In the previous video, it showed you how to work with the buttons. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to start with the blank Microsoft Word document. You'll see here this is untitled. I'm just going to save it and name it something. I'm just going to name it inserting variables. Just save that. And let's go back to the list of variables, find that borrower first. Or let's go chronologically. Let's do due date. Date short, I think it was. Document date short. If we go back to the Word document, we're going to want to click on the Insert tab right here in the top left corner. Click on Insert. Once we're in the Insert tab, we're going to want to find this merge field variable icon. It's hard to see, but here if you hover over it, it's going to say Insert Field. We're going to want to click on that button. Once that button is clicked, we'll find the mail merge category. Click on mail merge. Then on the right side, we're going to find merge field. So mail merge and then merge field. Once both are clicked, by default, it's going to show merge field. And this is where we will take into account the variable name. So if we click on the list of available merge field variable names, we're going to enter document date short. And keep in mind, we want to be extra careful to apply the camel case that it shows. So here we see the capital D in document, capital D in date, and then capital S in short. And we want to follow that as we enter the variable name into the Word document. So capital D, document, capital D, date, capital S, short. And once that's typed in, you can just click OK. And we'll see here that that's shown in carets. We're just going to create some extra spaces. Next thing we'll do is the borrower name. Following the same steps pretty much. Just clicking that insert merge field variable icon, mail merge, merge field, and then we're going to want to insert borrower first. And following the camel case, if we just double check for you here, it's borrower first, capital B, capital F. Go back to that Word document, capital B, capital F, click OK. Third one we're going to do is next payment due date. So I was searching through it. I think in Mac it's Command F to search through text keywords. In Windows it might be Control F, I believe. So here we're going to do payment due date short. We see here, so capital P, capital D, capital D, capital S for payment due date short. Going back to the Word document, let's click that button again, mail merge, click on merge field, and then here we'll do payment due date short as shown in the list of merge field variables. Click OK, and then the final variable that we're going to grab is the due amount. So let's find next due amount with late, but I'm going to get it without late, so it's right above that. It says payment total due without late, capital P in payment, capital T in total, and just pretty much emphasizing that it needs to follow the camel case structure that the naming of it has. So if we go back to the Word document that we're working with, click on that icon again, mail merge, making sure to click merge field. By default, mail merge gets selected, but the right column merge field name does not, so you want to make sure to click merge field, then start typing in the variable name, which is payment total due without late. So payment total due without late, and just click OK. From here, we have not saved it, so just click save. And so this is just a data item. You're going to want to enter, let's say, due date, and then just colon, and then amount due, colon, and then let's say, since that's the first name, just be something like dear first name, comma, and then document date is just going to be a document date, so that's good. Just click save on this and minimize this. Going back to the Bright interface, we're going to upload this as a new custom document template. Click on add template, select that file that we just saved. I named it inserting variables, click done, and then once that's uploaded, we'll see here as that's the last document template that's been uploaded. We're going to click on the test button, click on document date. As mentioned in the previous video, it's going to show the merge field variable that was named document date short is going to take effect based off of what you select here. Today's date is actually 21st, but we'll just go with 23rd for the purposes of demonstrating how it works. So 623, and test loan, we're going to go with the same test loan. Click on generate test. We'll see here that was tested using that loan's data. We entered 623, it's reflected there. We see here that for that loan, it was borrower first name is Pablo, and then for the due date, if we go to that loan, it will show that the 6/1/2023 dues are due, and the amount due for that period is this amount here. So we're going to go ahead and check that by going to that loan right now. I'm going to go to the loan list and go to that loan. Custom documents video walkthrough. Once we check the schedule, we'll see here that that's correct. The latest unpaid pay period is 6/1. You might be asking yourself, why doesn't it show 7/1 since that's the next due date? That's because this pay period has not been reconciled. It's considered open by the system, so it's pulling in that due date's data. If we see here, the total due is without late is actually the same amount that's being displayed here. If we go back to that document, it says $8,884.88, and that's actually correct because we use the merge field variable without the late amount. If we grab a calculator real quick and do that 9773.37 minus the late fee that's being shown over here, the $884.49, it will be $8,884.88. So let's subtract that by the late fee amount, 888.49. And we see here that it matches exactly, which is what we intended for our custom document. So with that, this is what the generation test did, or what it resulted. So we will close this out. The second way of generating these, which we have not covered, is by going to a loan. We were just in there. Let's just go back to that custom documents video walkthrough. We're going to go to the Documents tab, and here we'll see a Generate Document button. Once you click that, it allows you to select custom document templates that you've worked on previously and generate those documents on demand. So for this, we'll just redo the insert variables template, document date. Let's just keep it as today's date. And then in here, once we click next, it's actually going to give us a preview of the merge field variables that it found and the result. Let's say the result is incorrect, or for whatever reason you want to edit it. Let's say it didn't include the $sign, then you can just type in the $sign or take it out. Or let's say you just wanted to edit that to show 8,000 for whatever reason, just anything that you might want to edit, then the manual changes that you make within this field entry box will take effect. So it'll follow this, which I'll show you by just clicking accept. It showed 8,884 and 88 cents. So we'll just click accept for now, and then here you can name that document. We'll leave it as default, but this is what the document template name, the generation file name, is going to take effect on. You cannot change it after the fact, so you might want to rename it for whatever reason if you prefer it to be named something specific. We'll just click accept for now. And this is that name that I just mentioned is going to stick, and there's no way to edit that. You can delete it and regenerate it, but it's just something to keep in mind if you wanted to name it something specific. This is just a default file name. So I also mentioned that it sticks to what you manually entered, the 8,000 versus the 8,884 and 88 cents. We can double check that clicking a PDF download of that, and here we see that it took the 8,000 instead of the other amount that I mentioned. Once that's been generated in this interface, you have the option of deleting it. You can download a Word doc version of it by clicking on the doc button, and then you can download a PDF version of it by clicking the PDF button. You also have this send button here, which if you click on it, automatically prompts you to mail the borrower that's associated to the loan. You'll see here that this is a borrower that's related to the loan. You can just type in a subject, type in a message, and then it'll attach the doc and PDF versions of the document that was generated. But you can remove one or the other, and then click send or add files as well if you like. Once you're done with arranging it the way you'd like, you can just click send and it'll send it to the borrower. To verify that it was sent, you can click on this email tab here and just make sure that it was sent. So with all that said, there's one more piece to this. I mentioned editing these merge field variables. Just to keep note, there are several people that download downloadable sort of templates, and what people do is copy and paste. So you see here, I copied and pasted borrower first. What's done there though, let's say borrower, I'm gonna make this borrower last. I make this borrower last, and I only edited the interfacing text, but that's an incorrect process. So if we just delete this and re-paste it, what you're gonna want to do instead of just editing the text there, you're gonna click just a simple left click, and once you're left clicked in there, you're gonna want to right click to bring up the menu, and you're going to see these two options here. It says update field and toggle field codes. You're going to want to toggle field codes first, and this is actually where you're going to want to change it. So let's just say, like I mentioned, borrower last. You want to type borrower last in there. I happen to know that this is what the merge field variable is, so I'm just going to enter last there, and then you're going to want to right click again once you're done renaming or reassigning the merge field variable name. And then once you're done making sure that it is the merge field variable according to our list of variables here, then once you go back in there, you're going to want to right click and then click on update field to have that change take effect, and you'll see there that it says borrower last. We're just going to save this for the purposes of testing. Going back to Bright, Going to the admin tab, document templates, and re-uploading it just to show that it's going to show borrower last once we test it on that same loan. So here, this is the first name. When I copied and pasted it, if you simply entered it without doing the right click of toggling the field codes and then updating it once it was modified, then it wouldn't take effect. It would simply, it might just error, but this is the proper way of doing it. You would want to copy paste it, right click, click on toggle field codes. Once you're done editing the merge field name, clicking on update field, saving it, going back into Bright and clicking the update button, and then re-uploading the document. So this is a pretty detailed overview of merge field variables, but that pretty much encompasses what you might expect when you're creating your own custom document, whether you're using your own and you're creating your own, or you're copying and pasting merge field variables based off of starter document templates and knowing how to navigate copy pasting and making sure that those merge field variables return the correct data items. So that's pretty much it for this video. In the next video, we will be covering how to insert UDF variables. That's pretty specific, so that'll be its own detailed video. So we'll get to that soon.